I just finished a really cool improv on my Dallas setup, and I thought this would be a good moment to kind of walk through what's happening here. I've been putting that video off for a few weeks, and I have no excuses at this moment, so I called myself out. Here I am. My Dallas setup. Let's start from, I guess, you know what? We're going to start with the stem player. Kano Instruments, stem player. Grabbed this when Yeezy was dropping the Donda albums. Honestly, really love the functionality. I'm sure most people at this point have heard about what the stem player does. You can break down stems, upload your own music. Has effects processing, all sorts of cool things. Can cue my samples from here, do all sorts of reverses and soloing and different delays and kind of stutter effects that I'm routing here into my Korg KAOSSPAD. This is an effect sampler. The KAOSSPAD3 has been out for a few years. I grabbed this back in 2019. I just love it. Never really got tired of it. I know the new one just dropped recently. Messed with it at NAMM. Had a great time. I still just, this is just where everything is at for me. My central workstation as far as triggering, as far as processing and queuing of loops. Most of my samples are coming directly from my stem player. I do some effects on here for like, vocals or textures, rain, ambiance, kind of found sounds, recordings. Anytime I'm running synths or sounds, melody through here, it's typically with my synths or my keyboards. I usually will sample in and kind of find my loops and my moments of going through the various reverbs, effects, delays, some really nice low pass filters on here. Really, really cool stuff, honestly. A lot of synth sounds, risers, sweeps, etc. Um, this kind of serves as my core just trigger station. Most of my playing, a good friend of mine once said to me, when you're performing, focus on what you want your hands to be doing the most. And this is typically where I want my hands to be doing the most on. I'm able to go into these loops and alter them anyhow. Just the infinite possibilities of effects, the ability to record my pad motion and sensitivity on here, just different things. I kind of found that the way I use it is, if I ever want to, you can only really record a bar. So if I ever want to get more than a bar, 2 bars, I just, divide down by 2 where my BPM is, chop that in half. And I kind of play with time stretching a lot, just manually through scrolling through the BPMs. I'm like resampling in with different effects. So I'm very hands-on here with my Korg KAOSSPAD. And then last, I got my KO2, just dropped. Teenage Engineering came out with a really cool sampler and drum machine. I'm still getting familiar with it. I've been performing here and there. I performed at NAMM with it. Had a great time. My experience has been really good. I know I've seen a lot of mixed reviews about it as far as faders and the knobs and just the functionality of it in general. It works for me. So I'm not here to sell this thing. I definitely wish that it was a little more durable. But as far as I'm concerned, when I'm queuing up drums, if I'm using any of the effects, if I'm recording in, or just simply using this as a source for other sounds in performance elements, it works fine, and it's really great for the price point. Again, if I think about it now, I feel like all of these were kind of around the similar price point, but this is, for the most part, my go-to setup for a Dallas jam at any given moment, simply because with these RCA inputs, here, I'll grab it just to show it. I have this. Wow, you have things until you need them. Did I put it in my pocket? Well, it doesn't. It's not really important, but I have an RCA to 1/4 inch adapter that usually I'll use to connect my synths and go directly in, or run just stereo 1/4 inch out into RCA ends from my mixer. When I have more than one instrument that I'm utilizing, I can also run my mic directly in here via 1/4 inch. And then as far as my output, RCA outs, same with the Teenage Engineering. It's just an 1/8 inch out, regular aux. And at sometimes I'm going directly from my stem player into the KO2 with this input here through line. I haven't explored the MIDI syncs yet, any of that, just because just doesn't come up in my workflow. If I'm ever doing MIDI sync, I'm usually going directly from a MIDI keyboard to my synthesizers. Maybe I'll get to that point where I'll drop in and do a video about it, but I'm just kind of going to practice this as explaining as I go because that feels the most organic for me. Again, just to recap, I'm going out from my stem player with an 1/8 inch aux into the KP3, out from my KP3 with just 2 RCAs going out to my mixer off camera, and then I have a separate output with my 1/8 inch going to another stereo output into my mixer. And what I'm doing here for this live set, which you'll see in the next, which you will see or have seen in the previous video, I'm queuing up samples from my stem player, doing a lot of processing here with the KP3, and then also doing some processing and triggering of sounds with the KO2 as well. If you found this video helpful, please make sure that you like, subscribe, and share all that fun stuff, and be on the lookout for more. All right, peace.